Today, we're going to talk about METIS coins and their economic model to give you a clear big picture understanding of how this ecosystem works and what drives its growth. At its core, METIS is the native governance and utility token of the METIS ecosystem, which is basically a layer 2 scaling solution built right on top of Ethereum. Think of it as a boost for Ethereum. It was launched to make decentralized applications, dApps, run smoother, faster, and cheaper. In short, it means METIS helps handle more transactions without the usual limitation, cutting down costs and making it perfect for all sorts of cool stuff like DeFi, decentralized finance, gaming, and even AI applications. Now let's get to the economy model part. When we talk about its economy model, we should talk about the functionality of its token, meaning its utility. Since METIS it's a layer 2 token with its own ecosystem, automatically developers are invited to have dApps built on this network supported with the so-called the METIS Ecosystem Development Fund. The developers are invited, and that's where METIS really shines and shows its potential. On METIS, I recall a few dApps, but one of them is Hero Finance. It's on the DeFi field. Its functionality is about simplifying and optimize token swaps across multiple blockchain networks with the help of AI. The community may not as strong at the time, but they've never stopped develop. Aside from that, they have other dApps built even for game like DeFi Kingdom, but they weren't too success, for at the time the money tied more onto the METIS network itself rather than its dApps, which can be traced its TVL data. Based on this line from provided by its white paper, the METIS token is primarily utilized as a transaction fee on the network. The economic feature is that 30% of the gas fees paid by protocols built on the METIS network are returned to those protocols. It indirectly suggests the remaining 70% of the fees are more likely to be their revenue, which further circulate to other places, including rewarding users for transaction mining or known for staking. As for how users can earn out from METIS network, aside from airdrop programs, another one is by staking to help secure the network. The staking amount required isn't low too. To stake METIS, you need a minimum of 20,000 METIS token, in which if we use the recent price, $20 per METIS, that will be a minimum of $400,000 entry barrier to get in, or if the peak for METIS was $120 something, that would be over $1.200,000. From what I've found out is that the current transaction made for METIS this network is fairly like, even though if you stake that much, couldn't guarantee you a lot of return at the time. Speaking of which, based on third-party sources of METIS circulating supply, the team behind METIS holds about 7% of the total token supply, which is a relatively small stake, leaving over 60% circulating in the market. That means these coins rely very heavily on the support of the community as well as its adoptions on its dApps and so on. So, fundamentally speaking, even though if the future of the price of METIS moves up, if the adoptions of its dApps or its use cases is low, METIS could hardly sustain a high level of price.